Oh, wow, what a week. Or 2 weeks, I guess we should say. Welcome to episode, I don't know, 27? Are you keeping track now? Is that
27.
it? Okay, cool, because I'm not.
Well, I listened to last week's episode like yesterday, and it said episode 26.
Oh, okay, perfect. So episode 20, you didn't hear any of that. Welcome to episode 27 of Wrestling with Tim. My name is Tim, and
No, we're going to address this. Why are y'all picking apart my basement? Yes, I'm in I shoot my half in a storage room that'll eventually be my man cave, but right now it's a storage room. All right.
You gotta be, see, you didn't have the luxury of having a video to watch, but the speed at which you got up and
I heard it.
I immediately cut him off and I was like, what is that? And then as soon as you were about to put your headphones back on, I kid you not, they were here. And I immediately switched it right back. It was like
Wild.
the ability we had to just I just had to veer Kory off for a moment, and he went right with me. It was pretty funny. I mean, we were just curious. Neither of us have been down there, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't intend to bring you down here. It's just storage.
Oh, I'm totally going down there on Saturday.
My wife's got a bunch of stuff.
I'm totally going to sneak down there on Saturday.
I mean, you ain't going to find much. It's just random stuff.
I'm going to take a picture and put it as my backdrop. So when you come on next time, you'll see your downstairs basement behind me.
Your apartment looks so familiar.
Right. That's weird. We should do it and not tell Kory and then just see if he notices. You know?
If you can teach me how to switch my background,
switch it to mine.
Send me a picture of yours.
That's pretty funny. We should do that just to see what he'd do.
Oh, he'd be like, he probably, honest to God, he wouldn't notice.
I don't know if he would. Yeah.
He wouldn't notice.
No. All right. Should we get into things that actually matter?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's start with the big news of the week. WWE has not picked up 3 different contracts, which is better than just letting people go. I think we both can agree on that, right? Like just ending the contract.
So, finish up the contract. Which I heard a report either today or yesterday that wasn't from Wrestle Talk. I don't remember. I think it was Fightful.
It's Wrestle Talk and WrestleLamia that are like you got to be careful of.
I've never even heard of WrestleLamia.
It's awful.
I think it was Fightful was saying either no. It was a podcast that knows our truth. Like the guy on the podcast has it's Carlito. Sorry, they're the same agent, and Carlito's actually contracted through July.
His contract
told him
ends in 2 weeks.
No.
Okay,
unless it was our truth.
That's what he literally.
One of the two.
I'll say that's what he literally said was his contract ends not a week or 2 weeks from today or yesterday. So.
It was one of them is still contracted through July.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so if they're still getting paid,
yeah,
and I think that's better than just saying bye, see ya. That I hate. Yeah. I always hated that. So I know you have thoughts on our truth, and I do as well. We had kind of started to discuss this, and I kind of cut it off, and I was like, no, we'll just have this conversation here. What are your thoughts about our truth being contract not being picked up?
So when it comes to the contracts and stuff, the releases have become so regular that it's like a few of them are like, oh, really? But none of them is like, yeah, okay, it was going to happen. This was the first release or non-renewal that I thought was just kind of gross. Like it made me feel, you get like a pit in your stomach when you're like, that's not right.
Sure.
This was the first one that made me go like that. I was like, no, that's not right. And I'm glad I wasn't the only person because, good Lord, wrestling fandom has blown out their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt, for lack of a better phrase, gross.
So I get that. I'm not necessarily happy with it because our truth was like a highlight. Every time he was on screen, it was like something you had to see because it was going to be ridiculous. It was funny. It was just ridiculous. I was thinking of, I'm a big hockey fan. And I was talking to someone recently about the Red Wings. They have literally the best prospect pool in the entire NHL. Literally, every time there's a prospect tournament, we win. Every time there's like stats, we win. Like just crazy prospect pool. But a funny stat is also we have the oldest roster in the NHL. The oldest average age on the roster. How do you explain that?
Thank you, Patrick Kane, Jeff Petrie, and Cam Talbot.
Sure.
It's those three.
Well, it's more than just those three. But the thing that's confusing is we have the youngest, like the best, brightest prospect pool. But we just keep taking on guys that are like older. And it's like at some point, we have to let these young guys play. They have to come up, or else you're just wasting them. And I was thinking of R-Truth being 53, and I don't like the fact that, because I guess what happened was they put him in a position where they were like, well, here's the contract we'll offer you, and it was like much smaller than the one he was on now. So he actually made the decision. He's like, no. So my thought is, I understand where WWE is when they're like, look, we want to build younger stars. We have guys coming up. We need to like do some things. And I also understand from R-Truth's point to go, that's a disrespectful offer. You know what I mean? Why would you offer me that? But on that side though, I can see how the value of R-Truth has dropped, because he doesn't really do that many matches anymore. So as far as his value there, he could not wrestle for the whole time. You know what I mean? I almost wondered if WWE was going to do what they did with Braun Strowman, where they ended his contract, but they gave him like a part-time thing. You know what I mean? I think you could do that and have him pop up and just be funny. But I don't know. My guess is, if I had to guess, is that there's, it's going into quarter 3. We're at the end. We're starting to set. Can we not do math?
This is the last.
Yeah, we're going into the third quarter, right? And I feel like there's got to be some sort of financials, and they've got to figure out a way to make the stock rise so everyone's happy. This is the problem with publicly traded companies, is they care about that instead of making a good product. And I'm telling you, this is actually a decent opportunity for AEW to do something right, if they can. If they can capitalize on this moment, which I don't think they'll do. They've shown in the past not a propensity to do so.
I think it'd be really funny if AEW does sign him, and his whole shtick is going to the ex-WWE guys. Be like, man, where you been?
Yeah. Hey, Edge, what's going on? Yeah. No, that would be hilarious. I don't know. We'll see. I get the outrage, and I get the people don't like it, but I think this is part of the business that, it kind of sucks, Yeah,
and I mean, I will say it's not like he was just sitting back every week collecting a paycheck. Like, he was on TV, and that Ron Cena shirt was like the top seller the minute they dropped it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So like, I don't fully understand if he's if he's one of your top merch sellers. He's one of the most, like, his clips are some of the most viewed social media clips every week.
Mm-hmm.
He's clearly producing.
He's held more championships than anybody else ever. Because he has...
That belt does not count.
It does too. Absolutely.
No, it doesn't.
If the European title counts, that title counts.
Is the 24/7 title the ugliest title WWE's ever done?
100%. 100%. Dude, the hardcore title looks better. And that was intentionally ugly.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel gross about it. Like, even now, if they come out in a few weeks, like, hey, we signed him on as an ambassador or a producer, be like, okay.
If they don't do that, it's really a misstep. You have, And then, and then offer him a small contract to do like producing or something. Like if you're, you know what I mean? If you're not going to be on screen, fine. But it's like, what are you doing? It's just a weird thing. And then you think of Carlito going, and that sucked more for me because he was the best part of all the Judgment Day stuff because he's so stupid. I just love it. Honestly,
He took that PS5.
you saw that. You notice Dominic Mysterio is wearing an R-Truth shirt? Or he's wearing a Carlito shirt?
And yeah, so Dom was wearing a Carlito shirt. Liv had Carlito's name on her boot.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's speculation, it's not confirmed, because Rhea Ripley pulled up to that segment in just like a red sports bra. And before that, she had taken pictures and posted pictures of her wearing an R-Truth shirt.
Yep. So she just like
So
took the shirt off and
there's rumor and speculation that they made her take it off.
could have been. I don't know. But even the crowd had some chants going there for a moment. Actually, I mean, pretty unopportune moment too, because the match that they were cheering in the middle of was like actually really good. They started chanting in the women's triple threat for the Money in the Bank qualifier.
That's not what I thought. I heard it most prominently during Kyrie versus Raquel.
Oh yeah, I mean it was littered throughout the whole thing, which of course it was gonna be. How could it not? I mean, CM Punk even addressed it. Yep, you're going there too.
I was gonna say after the
show. How dare you guys cheer for someone who's not here? You know what he should have said? I was thinking about this. He should have said, "Well, as someone who you cheered for when they weren't here, you should keep doing that."
Yeah, that'll make management upset.
So
clearly they'll fire anybody.
Anybody?
Dude was there for 17 years.
They didn't fire him. That's the distinction, though. They didn't fire him.
Yeah.
They even offered him a contract.
Yeah, but I don't know. It feels gross. I don't. Between this and the WrestleMania 42 stuff in the past few weeks, I'm like, making a few missteps here, TKO.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of what I suspect is happening. Is it's all about the bottom line, and then it's like put in Triple H's lap, like, hey, listen, we have to end a couple contracts to make up X amount of dollars. Go. And I mean, this is the part of being the boss that sucks, right?
Was it Triple H's choice?
It was his. He had the final decision on the talent that were to be on who. I guess the way it worked out is this is all alleged. We don't really know, but what we do know is that like they're trying to cut costs always, because that if you have less overhead, your profit, your stock goes up, right? So
money,
exactly. So the theory is that they had to cut something, and it was Triple H's final say as to what. But I mean, what are you gonna do?
Kind of gross. That's
it sucks.
That's all I can really say. I've said it multiple times. It just feels gross.
It just sucks. It just sucks all around. But
they could have at least written Carlito off.
Sorry.
They could have at least written Carlito off. Like,
yeah.
You can kind of get away with saying they wrote Truth off with that JC Mateo match, but Carlito's just up and gone.
Like they did with Ricochet?
Yeah, they wrote Ricochet off.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of wrote R-Truth off with that JC Mateo match, like I said, but Carlito's just, I guess he's not here anymore.
By the way, is this your son? So stupid.
So funny.
All right,
predictions or Raw recap? What do we want to hit?
Let's just do the Raw recap real quick.
Okay.
Anything specifically from Raw you want to talk about? We don't got to go through everything, but Ow.
I think the choice to make that tag match between Braun and Sami and Jay, as great. It was a good match. It was fun, but it was a poor choice.
Why is that?
Because the only person who could take the pinfall there is Sami. really, because you're trying to get this new heel act over, and it's the world champion. So Sammy's the only option to take the pinfall. But then the world champion loses a tag match, and so they had to end it with DQ. And all but one match last night had interference.
I was gonna bring this up.
And it's
This
the
is
same thing.
gotta
every week, and I'm
stop.
over it.
Yes.
We can have clean finishes.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, you could have had Sammy lose this match. You could have had Jay lose this match. You really hear me out. Hear me out. With the fact that Gunther was like trying to get in his head in the locker room, you could totally play into that, right? Gunther's getting in his head again. You could have played into carrying across, getting into Sammy's head. You could have. My point is, there were options here. You could have done something other than a disqualification, or a distraction. Or it's every single match now, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah,
I'm
not about. It's every week. It's like it genuinely. Yeah. Wasn't it like 2019 they were doing this, where every match was interference or DQ?
I don't recall. But here's the thing. It's like blood in a wrestling match. AEW has found out. Well, I hope they found out that if you put blood in every single match, it means nothing. It's expected. Mm-hmm. You've taken the bar and you've lowered it, right? It's why you can't have, and this is gonna sound like an old person, but this is why you can't have every single match be go 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 go, because you're gonna wear your crowd out. You have to like kind of ebb and flow a little bit, because if you don't, you're just gonna burn your crowd, and by the last match, they've seen everything. They're not impressed by anything. What else you got for me? I think AEW. This is one of the problems AEW has, I believe, is that just like everything is just there's no, and so I think we have to we have to stop it. We have to stop it. If you can't come up with a clean finish, then I think you're doing something wrong. There has to be a way to come up with some sort of finish that doesn't make everyone look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
This is the point I miss Kevin Owens, because I feel like Kevin Owens would be like, yep, okay, where's the DQ? Who's coming out? Who's going to cause a distraction? You know what I mean? Because he had that awareness.
Nobody said your name. You can't come out of this.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you know the rule? Exactly. Kevin Owens knew the unspoken rules of wrestling, which was great. But yeah, no, I think the triple threats for the Money in the Bank qualifiers were smart, because you could do them without interference, because they're triple threats. You can kind of work around, but even some of those still had it,
and there were still interference.
I know. That's my point. It was like, but why? And I get you're building to stories and things, but it's like there's other tools to use. I won't be surprised. Actually, I won't be surprised if there. No, as a matter of fact, I guarantee if there will be interference in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Oh, I can tell you what it's going to be.
Maybe even the women's. Yeah, we'll get to that later. But because I'm pretty sure we're on the same page. But I don't know. It's getting to be a bit much.
It's
so
very annoying.
Yeah. So with that, I thought the triple threat between Stephanie Vaquer, Liv Morgan, and Ivy Nile was really good.
Somebody please tell Pat McAfee not to do the Booker T thing, because he doesn't do it right.
The crowd was doing it.
I love Pat McAfee. I'm one of the few people that actually likes Pat McAfee, because I find him funny.
He's so annoying.
But
he's so bad at the job. Like,
he's just one of the boys.
Okay, I don't want. Anyway, he's not. I don't know. He's not witty. He's not like. He's just annoying. And he makes Michael Cole more annoying, and it's weird. I don't like it.
They're just a couple of dudes watching wrestling talking about it. Like that's the Raw commentary team.
Yeah,
you get SmackDown with Esator and Barrett being like the technical. Ooh, this move goes into this move, and Bullhammer. I've got some bad news. And you got Monday Night Raw, which is a couple of dudes watching wrestling. They just get the front seat.
Yeah, I don't know. I miss Corey Graves.
Yeah.
Corey
Remember when we thought we were going to get a Pat McAfee Corey Graves match?
Dude, I think he was trying.
Well, he's been cleared for in-ring action.
I know, that's why I think he was trying.
Yeah.
But I
What
don't know.
else?
Well, so after the the triple threat, which of course Stephanie Vaquer won because I think we all were on board with that. Makes sense. Throw her right in there.
I do. They got like 3 generations of women's wrestlers in this match, and it's kind of fun.
What do you mean?
They've got Alexa and Naomi, which are like the veteran, old guard. Been there forever
Mm-hmm.
generation. They've got Rhea Ripley, who, despite my fatigue, is the top star right now in the women's division. And then you've got the next generation with Julia, Roxanne, and Stephanie.
Sure. I see what you mean.
I just find that.
Yeah. So, let's see what else happens. Hey, you learned that your birthday is the same as AJ Styles, thanks to Paul Heyman.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You know,
They're the worst people to share a birthday with.
AJ Styles is a flat earther.
Everybody's got their flaws. He's still one of the greatest in-ring technicians of all time.
100%. Until he faces Shinsuke Nakamura, and then all of a sudden it's like he forgets how to do stuff. I don't understand it.
And Kevin Owens.
He forgets to kick out for United States title matches, yeah.
Hey, but you know what? Put that boy in the ring with Finn Balor, 5 stars.
Every time. They have insane chemistry. All right. So let's see. How do you feel about this Rusev and Sheamus feud starting?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just like,
is
this the lower mid card? Like,
I'm just confused because I feel like every time we've seen Rusev in the past, it was like always like against Sheamus or someone like that, you
like how they flashed back to WrestleMania 32 with the League of Nations, and it was like Sheamus and Rusev, and you can kind of see Barrett, but they completely cut Del Rio out of it.
Yep. I mean, speaking of which, we also got Worlds Collide we can talk about.
I told y'all that Vikingo was going to beat that man.
We all knew. They totally picked up his contract just to pay him out of it to take the title from him. Clearly, they want nothing to do with that guy. But they were in a situation where they had to pay him to get that title back from him. Yeah,
release him
for real. Well, you got to pay him for that contract if you bought him out of it.
Yeah. So
that sucks. What if we find out later that the reason they released R-Truth was because they had to pay Alberto Patron to get out of there?
Oh, the internet would lose it. Twitter would blow.
Oh, Jesus.
Up.
All right, so what we should talk about is the tag title match. War Raiders, Finn Balor, JD McDonough. Or wasn't tag title.
Oh, the tag
team match, yeah. What do you think?
Hey, Finn Balor got a pin.
He did.
He won a match.
He did.
He just needs to be in a tag team match with JD McDonough.
I don't like your I don't like your disposition there.
Listen, the glass is half full and it's half empty. All right, it's both.
If it's half empty, put JD McDonough's head in there. It'll look like it's full.
It'll overflow.
No kidding. I mean, the match was fine.
I like the match was fine. This is gonna come off as, well, of course you like it. It's your favorite women's wrestler in the same storyline as your favorite men's wrestler. I like what they're doing with Roxanne. I think it's a perfect way to introduce her to Raw, give her an interesting character. It makes the Judgment Day interesting again because they hit that lull, and then we move forward. Please, for the love of God, break this group up by Night of Champions. Please. Please, please.
Your intrigue of Roxanne Perez needs to be studied. She's great. Don't get me wrong. But your intrigue is...
Hey, everybody's got their favorites, all right? Roxanne just happens to be one of mine.
Sure. I get it. Yeah, no. I think...
Not like Kory with
Josh
Sky.
He's not going to listen to this either. I'm over the War Raiders. I'm really bored of them.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they're overexposed. I feel like they're not as... This is going to sound awful. how many big guys does WWE have that are willing to like constantly fall over the top rope? Because I feel like the number is increasing, and I feel like the War Raiders act is kind of wearing thin. Every time I see Ivar, I feel like he's gonna die because he's broken his neck like twice, and he's just had so many things, and I'm like, dude, stop. You don't have, literally do not have to do that.
Here's the crazy thing. Jacob Fatu can do all these flips and things that Ivar can do. He can do them.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
So
Jacob,
you can't even say, oh, they keep Ivar because he's a big man who can do flip.
No.
And no, because Jacob can do it.
No, and if you really think about it, Ivar can't do a lot of the things Jacob Fatu can. He is athletic for someone his size, but he's not athletic in the way that like other wrestlers are. You know what I mean? JC Mateo and like friggin' Jacob Fatu are like literal freak athletes. You know what I mean?
I'd give Bronson Reed up there too, honestly.
I've
seen Bronson Reed hit a Canadian destroyer, all right?
That's not,
swear.
I know, I understand. Do you not understand how like
for a dude that's 350 pounds doing a Canadian destroyer, that's impressive.
He's just gotta kind of flip over you with assistance.
But 350 pounds flipping over you?
With assistance.
It's kind of impressive.
Well, because if he doesn't make it, you die. You know what I mean? There's no options.
Exactly.
By the way,
that's why it's so impressive.
By the way, Bronson Reed is looking like lean, like compared
he's
to.
down.
Yeah, he did. Looks like a freaking wall. But
this time next year, we ain't gonna be able to tell the difference between him and Braun Breaker.
I don't know about that. But all right. So the Judgment Day defeat War Raiders. I mean, the match was fine. I liked how we got here. And this is the thing. Like, I don't think every match needs, interference. I prefer if none of them had it. If I had an option.
This one made sense though.
Right, but and this is my point. If you're building to a story, fine. But like every match can't be building to a story with interference. Attack someone before the match. Attack someone after the match. Fine. And take that story and then feed that story into the match. You know what I mean? There are other ways to do it. If you want Raw to seem chaotic, I mean, you're doing a great job, How did you feel about the Lyra and Becky Lynch segment?
It was fine. I feel like Lyra's come a long way on the mic with this feud with Becky, but
yes,
it feels like they're running in circles.
Yeah. So I thought their brawl was kind of weak and everything, but there's one thing I want to point out that Becky did that was really cool. So when she gets in the ring with Lyra, she doesn't leave the ropes, and she is constantly leaning against them, right? And
so
if
she can get out.
But she's constantly like, it's like a really interesting tactic. So you ever watch UFC?
Yeah, here and there.
Okay, so if you ever go watch like a fight, you'll see there's always one guy in the center and one guy trying to circle him or around him. And it's kind of like the person who is in the center like is the person that's on the advance. It's, if you think of it like hockey, it's like, offensive defensive zones. Right? If your back is against the cage, you're in the defense. And it almost, so when Becky walked in, but she wouldn't like come anywhere near Lyra, and you look at Lyra, she's like dead center of the ring, and almost like positioned and poised toward Becky. It made it look like Becky was a little uncertain and like a little weary about the situation. And it also makes sense tied into the fact that Lyra's beaten her every single time they've wrestled. You know what I mean? So I thought it was like a really cool little thing she did. And I don't know if people picked up on it enough, but it was I feel like it was enough to notice that she was clearly like back here, And then the first thing she did was ran. I think that was really cool for like character.
Yeah, Becky's been great in this feud. Like,
yeah,
I forgot how
Lyra's been great too.
Lyra's been great. No, I'm not knocking Lyra to boost Becky. I forgot how good Becky Lynch was.
Yeah,
she was gone for so long that I forgot how good Becky Lynch was.
She got into the position she was in for a legitimate reason, not because her last name was Flair. You know. So, oh, I'm so sorry.
Money in the Bank?
We all were thinking it. Let's see. All right, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. We kind of went over this already.
Great match.
Yeah.
And Sami Zayn is the most vibe of a wrestler.
He's such a dork. Like a painful dork.
I saw a gif of him and Jay dancing in the ring, and somebody captioned it, "My last two brain cells."
This is building to Sami Zayn turning on Jey Uso, right?
No,
It has to.
it's building. It's building to Sami winning the Rumble.
I don't know. I feel like it could. It could totally turn to Sami turning on Jay.
Also, speaking of Sami, that promo with Punk at the start of the show
Yeah.
was weird.
Okay, great. I'm glad you said it. Why was it weird to you?
It felt like, you ever have somebody that you really want them to like you, but deep down you know they're not going to like you, but you're going to keep trying to get them to like you? That's what it felt like with Punk towards Sami. Where Punk's singing his song and, look, it's my friend, and Sami was just like, yeah, here's what's up. I'm like,
the whole thing just seemed weird to me. Even when Punk just came out by himself and was just talking, was like a little, what are you here for? You know what I mean?
Punk Cena SummerSlam, probably.
That's all he was here for, was to say things.
I want a title.
Right. But I feel like CM Punk is really good at a promo, and you could let him fly blind and he'll still give you a good promo, and he did give you a good promo. I just don't know what the promo was for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Up until Sami,
I'm gonna win Money in the Bank, and then
up until Sami cut him off, it was like, what are you talking about? It's like a really charismatic person saying nothing.
Joel Osteen.
Yikes! You're not wrong.
That's a deep cut. That's a Christian cut.
You are not wrong. Joel Osteen says a bunch of nothings. What a guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think this is building to. I think it's Punk Cena at SummerSlam.
You just want CM Punk versus John Cena, period. And you don't care where it happens because you wanted it at Money in the Bank. You just want it.
I think it'll be Punk Cody at Night of Champions, because the Saudi government will be like, hey, WrestleMania rematch in our soil, blah, 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 blah.
Did you say Punk Cody?
Cena Cody.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Do that at Night of Champions. Cody loses again. And then we'll do Punk Cena SummerSlam and move on from there.
I think there is something with Sami Zayn turning. I think there is. I think Karrion Kross is gonna make it happen.
I disagree.
Oh man, it could be so good. So before we
I don't think Sami Zayn's a good heel.
Huh?
I don't think Sami Zayn's a good heel.
He's not. But
why are we turning him heel?
Because he's someone you can empathize with, and he's someone you can understand, even if you don't agree.
Stop making all the heels justified.
You have to.
Just let me hate you.
You can hate them. That's fine.
Without I don't want Kevin Owens was a unique. Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre, cool. You have your justified heels.
Yeah.
Just give me somebody who sucks as a human being.
All the heels, every heel needs a little bit of truth. That's it. Just a little. And they can just be detestable human beings.
I think LA Knight, when he first came up and he was just a heel to be a heel. He got over because he was a good heel. He was just a jerk. He was that school jock jerk.
Yeah, who was charismatic and funny.
Yeah, but he wasn't justified. He just sucked as a person.
Yeah, yeah, and that's fine. But
Yeah, you don't
well,
need everybody. That's why it's tag.
because he started as a heel. He didn't have to have anything to explain why he's a heel. This is just, as far as we know him, this is just the way he is. And it turns out that is just the way he is. Right?
Now we just like him for it.
Exactly. So by the same reasoning, if we know you as not a heel, we need a reason for you to become one. You can't just flip a switch because then you become Big Show.
Well,
right. So who turned, I think, 3 times in 1 year? What are we doing?
Right.
So, all right. So the next matchup was Kairi Sane and Raquel Rodriguez. Thoughts?
I love that they're pushing Kyrie, kind of. I think that's great. I think that match with Io, when we eventually get it, is gonna be a banger.
Yep. Yep.
Does that?
It's great to see that we're not just pushing the same 4 females when our roster is literally stacked. You know what I mean?
Also, can we get rid of the women's tag titles, please? Like, there's no women's tag division.
Why do you hate them so much?
They're pointless. They don't. There's no division. I can name 2 women's tag teams.
Do you not see Kairi Sane and Io on the same team, kind of facing off against Raquel and Liv? Like, you don't see that coming? You have to see that coming.
But it's like, she's the world champion. She shouldn't be in the tag scene.
Shoot, that might even be a match added to the pay-per-view. Like, it literally could happen. Huh?
They got their 5. They're not adding anymore.
They have 4. Count it again.
Men's Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank, Cena, Logan, Cody, Jay,
Lyra, Becky.
I'm drawing a blank.
4.
Lyra, Becky.
4.
Oh yeah, but I think they might just rock with. They only rocked with 4 at the Rumble because these gimmick matches take.
But that's because the Rumble is over an hour by itself. That's a special case. I don't know. We'll see.
Unless this match comes to fruition, like Friday night.
Elimination Chamber had 5 matches.
Yeah, true.
So, who knows?
Money in the Bank only had 4 last year, though.
I don't recall. It doesn't matter. It's going to be great. So,
yeah, I'm excited. Oh,
and if Kory is listening, I do want to point out, because he said, let me pull this up. I'm going to read it verbatim here, because he said, Chad Gable with a match at Worlds Collide and Americano in Money in the Bank match further proves they aren't the same person. WWE wouldn't double book him. To which I responded, explain Stephanie Vaquer being double booked.
And then what did I say?
Dog, it's 4:30 in the morning. I can't explain it right now other than she's good. Which the comment wasn't even to you, but you responded, and Kory's still probably not awake. So,
no, he's up. He's
it's 4 in the afternoon. I hope so.
Yeah, he's doing personal stuff. I'm not going to dox him.
Dox him. Anyway, so yeah, no.
You
so
yelled at me for doxing him last time.
Yeah, because you shouldn't do that. It's awful. I can't believe you would even
Don't tell me to do it.
I can't believe you'd even be entertained to do so. Anyway, no. So in the strangest Money in the Bank qualifying match, CM Punk versus AJ Styles versus El Grande Americano, wearing Chad Gable's boots, might I add.
Gable posted on Twitter, he was like so happy for this guy. I had to loan him my boots, and even though he stretched them out.
Yep. So anyway,
you want to just hop into predictions?
I hate. I hope Kory picks Americano. Oh, he didn't though.
I didn't look at his predictions.
Oh, you know what? Actually,
are we gonna read his predictions on here and make him locked in? Or are we gonna?
Yep, we're locking him in. Actually, you know what? Should we go through Kory's first just to get him all the way out? Just to really drive the knife. All right. So, you know what we'll do? We'll do Kory's, and then we'll see if we agree with him or not. Okay. So, as far as it, Cody and hold on, let me close this. Let me make this easy on myself. Do. I don't need to do that. I have continuity. Come here. Quit being stupid. It helps if I opened the right app. I just want you to know. So helpful. Let's see. All right. So, for
Will
the
likely be the main event.
Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, John Cena, Logan Paul match. Which, by the way, I assume Jey is going to be on Raw or SmackDown, and everybody else will be there because there was no build to this on Raw.
Nope. It's a SmackDown story.
Okay, great.
With 3 Raw guys.
3 Raw guys?
Cena's a Raw guy. He's the SmackDown champion.
He's the SmackDown champ.
But he's a Raw guy. He's been on Raw more than he's been on SmackDown. He's a Raw guy.
Okay. He's on his farewell tour. He can do whatever he wants, I guess. All right, listen.
I'm not doxing him.
So, I feel like you don't know what the word dox means, but you know what? So we'll come back.
Not at all.
Okay. So anyway, Kory's selection for the Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul match is Cody and Jey.
I agree with that one.
Okay.
I think Cena walks out of the match and Logan takes the pin.
I think you're correct. And I think this match, John Cena has to take the L so that we can build to the Cody versus John Cena feud again. So I feel like this makes sense. I agree with Kory's assessment. And I agree with your point as well. Now, for the Lyra Valkyria defending her Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch, Kory said Lyra. He said, I'm so unsure, just like last time at Backlash. I have no idea. So he said Lyra. I disagree.
I mean, it burnt me last time, but yeah.
I'm
with.
I think what you do here is you have Becky take that title and you have Lyra chase her with it. And eventually you have Lyra win it back from her definitively. You could have Becky cheat to beat her, and then that kind of protects Lyra from the only you've never beaten me fair. You know what I mean? And I think you can have that, and Becky's gonna be really good at doing that. So I think Becky wins. You also said you agree Becky wins.
Yeah,
right.
I'm taking Becky. I mean, it burnt me at Backlash, but I'm gonna stick with Becky Lynch.
Yes.
That stipulation of if I beat you, you have to raise my hand, is the canary in the coal mine for me. I think that's exactly what's gonna happen.
I think
Becky's gonna cheat, win, and then Lyra's gonna begrudgingly raise her hand.
Yep, and then I feel like she gives her the manhandle slam anyway.
Yep.
100%. Hand up, guess what? Turn around, drop you. All right. Now for the next match, it is for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. Kory thinks LA Knight is going to leave with the Money in the Bank. Ian, what do you think?
I don't know what he was doing when he made these predictions. I mean, it's Rollins, right?
That's where I'm at.
I can almost see the match finish now.
This is the one we talked about with the interference.
Yeah.
You have these two massive heaters, that are going to kill people.
Yeah.
How does it not end that way?
Rollins is going to get up to the top of the ladder. CM Punk's going to run down to try to knock him out. Bronson and Braun are going to come down, wreck Punk, wreck everybody else, and Rollins is going to walk out scot-free. And he will be the second ever 2-time Money in the Bank contract winner.
You said second ever?
Second winner of the match. There have been 3 guys to hold the contract twice. Only one of them has won the match twice. Edge in the mid. So Punk won the match twice.
I was gonna say I know Punk won it twice.
Edge won the first one, and he won the contract from Mr. Kennedy.
Yep.
And then the Miz won in 2010, and then he won the 2020 case off of Otis.
Right. But I think Punk is
3 people to hold.
pulled it twice, but Punk's the only one to win it. Well, up until this point, the only
win
one
the
to win
match.
it twice. Yeah, and I think he did it in back-to-back years too.
He did WrestleMania 24 and 25.
You sure it was 20? You sure it was 24?
24 in Florida.
Who won it in 23?
That would be Kennedy, because that was the third one. I just did this whole thing. We were at Cedar Point
I was trying to
last
think.
week.
Yeah.
I had Lauren look up the list of winners in reverse chronological order, and I did it from memory.
No way.
Swear. Pull it up right now. I'll do it.
No. But
okay then. Don't
but
doubt me.
what's throwing me off is I was at WrestleMania 23, and I'm pretty positive Kennedy didn't win that match.
He did, because it went Edge won the first one, RVD won the second one, and Kennedy won the third one.
I'm almost positive it was CM Punk.
Nope. Punk won 24 and 25, because in 26 was Jack Swagger.
Let's see.
And that's when they stopped having it at WrestleMania. They had 3 that year.
Yeah, but I guess he did win. I swear I don't remember that at all. I remember CM Punk winning it.
Question my knowledge.
So I was talking to someone behind me about it as it happened, and I was like, oh, I guess he did win. Anyway, doesn't matter. Seth Rollins is going to win this match. I think it's the only right answer. I would love it to be Penta or Andrade.
There's a small little itch in the back of my mind. It's like, but what if they put it on Elgron? Like, what if? I don't think they will. I do not think they will. And if they do, bad. But there's part of me that's like, they could, because you could do a really fun storyline where El Grande's Mr. Money in the Bank, but Chad Gable isn't. And you could do backstage skits where Gable gets caught carrying the briefcase, and he's like, "No, I was carrying it for him."
I really don't like this, and I really don't.
It'd be so funny.
Please no. Actually,
it's dumb.
Look, if Seth Rollins, wait, hold on. So let me ask you: if Seth Rollins is not the winner, who else would you pick?
Penta, I guess that'd be the fun one, but I don't know. I feel like Penta, Andrade, and Gable Americano are just in there to do the crazy spots.
Yeah, I don't know what Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa's in here to get beat up by Jacob Fatu, right?
Fatu cost him the match, yeah. But that's a lot of.
Dude, wait, hold up. So Seth Rollins has, Braun and Bronson come down, right? And then Solo has JC, and he has, Jacob. They could eliminate themselves, from the whole thing. Honestly, that match is going to be chaos.
I would love to watch that.
And I kind of can't wait to see what happens. All right. So the last match, the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. It is Alexa Bliss versus your favorite, Roxanne Perez, versus Rhea Ripley, versus Julia, versus Naomi, versus Stephanie Vaquer. Kory chose Roxanne Perez. Did he choose Roxanne Perez? I lost the thing.
He chose Roxanne.
He chose Roxanne. Ooh, that's a good one.
Who do you think I'm going to pick?
Roxanne.
No.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me guess. Naomi.
Yes. Naomi is my pick. I think she's the best option. I think that her heel work would be great with this. And I think we're setting up a triple threat Bianca, Jade, Naomi for the title at SummerSlam.
So I look at who has a story coming out of here. And then the men's one, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Andrade can start trying to kill Grande. There's a bunch of stuff going on. You can pull a bunch of stuff. People got stuff going on. The women, it's a little different. Naomi is still apparently with Jade Cargill. By the way, her stuff on SmackDown with Bianca was crazy.
Dude, she is so good.
She's so good.
I would make an argument she might be the best heel in the company right now.
She's not trying to ruin wrestling. She's not trying to ruin the world,
It's not been good. None of Cena's stuff has been good.
Because his matches are awful, which is why he's ruining it. If he comes
He's
out,
been
listen,
saying
if he comes out on Friday and he says, listen, and they start chanting for R-Truth, and he says, yeah, I know. He stepped over to the line and I made sure he was taken care of. I'm not going to just, right. He takes credit for getting R-Truth fired. That's wild. Honestly, I would do that. I would do that.
Break my heart.
I would do it. I would 100% do it. You want to ruin wrestling, dog? Do it. So this
Tigers game when that happens, so I won't know what's going on.
So this one.
I feel like there's only really 2 viable options.
So I don't see Alexa Bliss winning. She has a weird thing with Charlotte going on. I don't think Roxanne is actually a bad choice.
I don't think she's a bad choice, but with me picking Rollins to win the men's one, they've been putting the briefcase, like one briefcase is on Raw, one's on SmackDown.
Yeah, but they don't have to do that.
They don't have to, but that's been the pattern.
Besides, for what I believe is going to happen, Rollins is only going to have this for a night. You know what?
Yeah,
the next night on Raw is, right?
Gunther versus Jay. And here's the thing, and I realize that I'm like contradicting myself. I think the main event of SummerSlam Night 1 is going to be Rollins versus Jay. And that's when Rollins wins the title. But picking him for Money in the Bank is like, okay, does he do an announce in advance style, or like that's not really the character?
No. Plus, he's got 2 giant behemoths on his side. Dude, if I want that title, I'm going to take it wherever I can. I don't care.
Yeah, because, I mean, you could literally have Breakker and Bronson go kill Jay after the Gunther match, because Jay's beating Gunther, right?
I think so. I think, unless, I guess it depends on where you want to take him from here, because he's going to be wrestling John Cena. So, Jay's kind of in Jay Uso, because he's in the main event.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Follow me here. So I feel like he's kind of in a lot of stories right now, Jay, because he's so over. I think it makes sense for them, but also it's like, bro, he's doing a lot, Anyway, I did not give my choice on the women's Money in the Bank. I'm really torn between Roxanne and Naomi. I initially wanted Naomi. And then I saw his stupid choice of Roxanne, and it makes a lot of sense, and it would continue to upset Alexa Bliss, and it kind of pushes that narrative that the Judgment Day will finally break up. But I feel like Naomi deserves it. I'm going to go with Naomi.
Listen, I'd be happy with either. I mean,
yeah,
Naomi winning gives me the right prediction. Roxanne winning, it's my favorite female wrestler winning the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, we get it.
Like, no, because like that.
No, we get it.
Fan.
It's cool. We get
it.
it.
Balor fan?
For sure.
Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, we get it. We totally get it.
Let me have this, Tim.
You can have a... that's really not up to me. Anyway, so listen.
Plus, it would make it interesting if Roxanne... Oh, because it feels... Okay, follow me here. Okay. It feels like they're setting up Liv versus Io for the title at some point. Okay?
Or tag
Maybe
titles.
That's the SummerSlam match.
Or both.
Possibly, yeah. So, what if Roxanne wins Money in the Bank?
Oh, no.
Liv... We just redo Priest and Balor. But it actually works this time.
It would be funny.
And you find out Balor's the one that sent her to go cash in.
I don't know. Man.
Please save Balor.
I just, with Carlito gone, there's no humor left in the Judgment Day, and I miss it already. So, I don't know. I don't know what we do. I just, who knows? But, yeah. So, anyway, those were our picks for Money in the Bank.
Match of the night?
Match of the night is going to be the women's Money in the Bank.
That's where I'm at. It's a really weird lineup for the men's match. Like, that's a weird lineup.
Yeah. Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, El Grande Americano.
It feels like the only person in there who should be in there is Rollins.
You know what I want?
Penta you can kind of get away with, but like
I really want Rey Fenix to cost El Grande. I want all the luchadors to coalesce and cause El Grande this match, and unmask
well,
him.
there's going to be a point where Andrade and Penta beat the crap out of Balor during that match, or not Balor, Gable,
Yeah,
El
and
Grande, whatever.
I just want them to do it. Just please put it out of its misery. It's so annoying.
Did you notice during the qualifying match, Punk throws El Grande out of the ring and he goes, "Knock it off, Chad."
Yeah. It's so stupid.
Funny.
But all right, cool. So we got all our predictions out. We got most of our thoughts out. Anything else you want to do or check?
No. Been doing my NXT watch through. I just got to Chicago. Not super excited for the world title match.
Why is that?
Because it's Bobby Roode versus Hideo Itami. I've seen this match before. It's fine.
It's all right.
But I also know what comes at the end of this show, and I'm not sure I'm ready to have my heart broken.
I think you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I know what happens, but still.
I'm kind of impressed it's still affecting you.
Yeah. Well, Johnny Gargano's like up there with Balor for me. He's like, if Balor's 1A, Gargano's 1B.
Yeah, I just feel like Balor's never gotten the run I feel like he deserves. And I get like they gave him the Universal title and then immediately injured, and I was like, oh. That sucks, but
Give me the Prince. Yeah, bring the Prince back because that was his best gimmick.
Honestly, I wish Balor was in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I thought Balor was going to win that match. I did.
Yeah, it'd have been great, but it is what it is. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll be back here next week to try to like update when I win, or when Kory.
When was the last time you won one of these predictions?
Oh, do not play with me. I come in first all the time.
You're a liar.
No, I tie for first all the time.
Oh, yeah, we all tie.
Okay. Backlash.
Oh yeah, we all got 4 out of 5 for Backlash.
No, we didn't. Not everybody.
Except for like 2 people.
Okay. What about WrestleMania?
Kory won WrestleMania. He missed 1 match.
Oh, that's right. I didn't see a stupid 11. Let's see. The point is, I've won them. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I predicted a perfect chamber card.
I don't think you did. I don't think you've ever predicted anything perfectly. Ever.
I think I have.
Okay. This has run its course. All right.
Wrap this up.
Yep. Take it easy, man.
All right. See you Saturday.